Right, this is a quick road test video. This is for a Honda Civic 2-litre Type R GT. This particular car, if I can remember, is registered RF08YNE. And mileage to start this brief road test is 55,939 miles. The reason we do the road test is really we want customers to see the cars in operation prior to coming to see us. That way, if there's any issues on the vehicle, we can let you know about them prior to coming to us, or give you any feedback on the car that we can that obviously may be relevant to you. This particular car, obviously a relatively low mileage car for its age, just put it through a pre-delivery inspection, all in very nice order indeed actually. It's I'm literally just driving up en route to get a couple of new front tyres on. They're not illegal, but they're low enough to be needing changing relatively soon, so we're going to get that done prior to sale. Road tests also done on roads very close to our premises, so should be wholly representative of what any prospective buyer should see or feel, should they be offered a test drive when coming to see us. What I try and do on the road test as well is pretty much do the same as you do yourself, and that is to go through an order with the vehicle, starting with engine, through the major mechanicals, and go feedback what I can feel. Engine, it's sort of cliche to say, but I mean it really is. It's one of the great engines. Engine starts first, press the button, because obviously you push button start. Very, very quiet, very smooth. One of the sweetest revving ones I've driven. Feels like it's been looked after and not abused. It's just a lovely, lovely unit. It really is. In an age of, everyone's going turbochargers. We know the reasons why, but they just don't feel like this. They really don't. This has got guts. It's got grunt, but it screams and it goes. It's this side of sort of major exotica that you're not going to get the same buzz out of other manufacturers' engines. It's as simple as that. And being one of these engines, they're unbelievably reliable as well. There's no warning lights on the car. It pulls exactly as it should. Operating temperatures a third of the way up the gauge, which is where it wants to be. But cannot fault the engine. Really can't. Going through to clutch and gearbox, clutch is really good, so lovely smooth operation to the clutch itself. Bites exactly the right points on the travel of the clutch pedal as well, and engages and disengages absolutely perfectly. But it really does. The engagement's really positive. It's just a beautifully engineered. There's no squeaks or clicks to the clutch mechanism either. Then through into this typical Honda gearbox. For Type Rs, they do beef them up. The linkages are made more defined, I suppose you want to call it, and I can't feel any wear in it at all. It feels absolutely perfect. Changing gear for the sake of it, really just a show. It's just such a lovely gearbox, short in throw, but I genuinely say that the linkage itself, there's no discernible wear at all. So in terms of clutch, that is such an engine. It's such a brilliant engine. It really is. So in terms of powertrain of the car, absolutely spot on. It really, really is. As I'm driving along, also obviously car tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel, and again there was no detectable wear in the steering that I can feel at all. Feels absolutely fantastic. There's always someone wants to phone you just as you start doing these videos. It's absolutely guaranteed that's going to happen, but bear with me 1 second. But steering really precise, no wear, no tremors coming back through it. Likewise, the suspension of the car going about its business exactly as it should. There's no clonks, no bangs, no hint of any kind of wear coming from underneath the vehicle. You know, again, on a car that's you know, has got sporty pretensions, and you know, certainly that it's, you know, one that hasn't been looked after or driven really hard will exhibit signs of wear. You know, the interior will sort of have a few sort of shakes and shimmies, and you know, the suspension, you know, might have a few little clunks and bangs, but there's nothing at all on this. And bear in mind, this is riding on the lower profile Rage alloys as well, so it would show up more clearly on that as well. It's fabulous, it really is. Also driving along, listening out for kind of wind noises that shouldn't really be there. You know, where you might get a bit sort of a damaged seal or something, and on a doorway, you know, so accidentally, or ill-fitted windscreen. But there genuinely is nothing at all. It's you know, they're actually on the move. You know, quite a quiet companion, and noticeably quieter than the last generation ones. Looking around inside the car, in fabulous condition. Again, real testament to whoever's owned the vehicle previously. Plastics are in wonderful condition. I can't see a mark on any of the plastics internally. Obviously, this is a rare spec. Not only has it got the big alloys, but you've got the sat-nav system, hands-free telephone as well. So it is it's a lovely package. But that's all fine and good. But if the car rattles about or has been sort of abused, but this hasn't, this has been treated with kid gloves, it really is in fabulous order. The seats are wholly supportive, they don't move around at all. You know, the whole car feels genuinely as one. You know, I don't just say this. If there's something wrong with the car or something's, you know, slightly amiss, I do mention it on the videos, but I cannot detect anything on it at all. Everything I've pressed thus far has worked absolutely perfectly. Just check the cruise control there, was one thing I hadn't done, and that's absolutely spot on as well. As I said, the only thing I did pick up on the PDI really was the front tyres. The discs and pads are all in very fine order indeed, loads of meat left on those. And everything under the bonnet was in, you know, you just got the impression that whoever had the car before had really loved the vehicle, and certainly judging by the service history, it's been very well maintained indeed. So all in all, a car that, you know, wholeheartedly recommend. Thoroughly recommend coming to view it if I was you. You know, you'd be more than happy to sort of come and have a look around the car. But you know, having had as many as I've had of these particular cars, I had one which had done, I think it was under 20,000 miles actually, exactly this spec, about 4 or 5 years ago, and this drives exactly the same as that one did. With, you know, and you know, it just shows just how beautifully built these things are, because there's not a squeak or rattle inside this vehicle. But as I said, the purpose of the video really is to show it in operation. If there's anything I've missed, I do apologise, not by design. Don't hesitate, you know, give us a call. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have about the car.